See, Moses, you're here really for Moses.
We are live.
Are we? Come on.
We are live. I did hit the live. And Cash on it. Cash, we're gonna go back to where you going. Get us out of here. There we go. Listen, we gotta get us over. All right. That's a countdown timer was gonna go, but me kind of pushed the button.
Is it ready?
It's not. We're good.
Oh, we're live.
You're live. You're ready.
Hey.
Hello. And what up, though? Welcome to the Craft Therapy Network Show. And this is lesson learned for turn the cameras off. This is the monthly craft bundle episode. We don't call it that no more.
I don't know. What do we call it?
What do we call this?
What do we call it?
Well, it's a good question. Maybe that's why we need an intro.
Oh, where is it? We have one actually. That's a good one.
Do we have an intro?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go to the slides.
I
We are
studies.
That's the type. Well, every month we do have a monthly bundle where I'm gonna go back to here, Cash. Don't worry. Every single month we do a new bundle. We're gonna talk about that. This is the 10th of the month coming up. August, that's today. And then we're gonna do a topic. We're gonna dig into the topic, and then we're gonna go into some of the news that's happening in the psychedelic therapeutic mushroom industry.
Yeah.
So this is like the Craft Therapy Network show. We call it the Group Guy show, something like that. At the stage. There we go. All right, today we're gonna talk about mushrooms to fight addiction. We're gonna talk about what does the science say about treatment potential, mechanisms, safety, and limitations. That sound all right?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about mushrooms and addiction. Is that a big thing? Is that why is that an issue? Why should we be talking about that? At the end of the show, what do you think people are going to get from this whole conversation?
How they can use mushrooms to help addiction, or maybe refer mushrooms to someone who is fighting addiction. Multiple sources, in multiple ways. Not necessarily to replace pharmaceuticals, but as an option, and to look at it and see the pros and cons. Pharmaceuticals we'll talk about and get more into, but just definitely more knowledge that people can use this. It's not just a recreational supplement. It's also used for a lot of real therapeutic things, such as fighting addiction. Right.
Cool. So we're going to get into mushrooms to fight addiction. We're going to talk about that. Before we get into that, we're going to do, of course, I am Earl, but more importantly, this is Mariam, one of the geniuses behind the Groove Guide and Strong Groove is Mariam. Yeah. And then, the Groove Guide show. So we're calling it the Groove Guide show. We got optimistic Selena behind us. Mrs. always sees the glass half full.
Such a mirror. This is such a funny double-sided mirror.
Yeah, that is fine.
I love what we see every day.
That's this. Is that we're seeing them up north with to that person? Right?
No.
What? Is that what
That's not her guess. It's not her phone.
she go to?
She went to break it.
Break the movie Frankenstein. She was breaking the movie Frankenstein. Sounds good. All right, so that's it. So I'm good. Of course, everything we're talking about is for educational purposes and not the doctors.
No legal advice, no medical advice.
But we're going to talk about mushrooms. We'll talk about psychedelic mushrooms, therapeutic mushrooms. These are all for educational purposes. Then we'll go from there. So,
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about the bundle.
Okay.
A lot of people used to come to this live to see what's in a bundle. We don't really get into the semantics of selling things like that due to the sensitivity of social content.
Right.
So,
yeah. And this world.
But we do want to talk about the bundle. Obviously, I mentioned it. I mentioned it earlier. The 10th of the month, you can. I thought you were going to hit a slide with all that. Yeah, the 10th of the month, you can get a bundle, and each month we have a theme.
Yeah.
This month's theme we have reset and realign.
Yes.
And with the theme comes products.
Correct.
So with the monthly membership, you get
Items.
double that.
Right.
In items.
Right.
And each month there's a theme that leads into the items that you're going to consume.
Right.
I think that's pretty good. So without being around the bush too much.
Yeah.
But talk about reset and realign.
To reset, realign. So really this month in August, it's, and this is for anybody who's been through the whole process in the whole year as with us, and then people that are also just starting fresh with this time as well. August is really about checking your compass before the next chapter begins. It is definitely a very busy month for most of us, right? There's a lot of happening things. I like to think of it more as like, I did take some notes, I'm just gonna read it.
Sure.
So it's like climbing a mountain, at the beginning of the year, we decided to take the journey. We prepared ourselves, we learned to trust the climb. We became stronger through obstacles, right? And then we learned to choose our path wisely. We learned last month to show ourselves some grace when we stumble. And then we recognize that every climb has its own pace. Before continuing upwards, now we're stopping. We're looking at checking our backpack, our compass, our water, making sure we're good.
So if you don't mind, showing of that cup is what's making
It's water.
it's okay. Let's go.
Detroit.
My bad. Reset and realign. Reset and realign.
And we talk about becoming intentional, building a stronger foundation, trusting the process, growing through challenges, finding discernment and direction, right? And embracing grace last month, learning that life isn't linear, that it's, constant, right? Ebbs and flow. And we learn to give ourselves grace for the pace and keep moving forward when we're ready. So this month we're resting and realigning. We talk about this every year that August is like a transitional month, right? For many of us. Seasonal, school, work, family, things just kind of, everything's shifting a little bit for all of us. So it's about that readjusting and resetting.
Okay. I was listening to just.
I figured you were listening.
I was trying. Yeah, I was. Take this cup. Just take the cup.
Selena.
Just take the cup.
What?
Let him bark. Kill him.
Here. Oh my God. Okay. So let me summarize it for you. Once the thing that I haven't. So it's like realigning your car. The alignment of your car. Can you pay attention?
A realignment of the car. The alignment of the car.
Yeah.
Like realign the car. Reset and
Nothing's wrong with it. It's not broken. We're not fixing anything. We're just going in and getting things rewired, reset, making sure everything's running smoothly, refocusing, making sure we have, our mind set on the right goals, and we do, whether we need to recenter, how we focus on things, what we need to focus on, something different, whatever it is. If it's faith or relationships or work, whatever it is, just kind of resetting yourself, not necessarily stopping, but just refocusing.
So now with that, we're back from the reset and realign bundle for the month of August. The items that come in it, the therapeutic items that come in that bundle, how does that? What's the thought of going into that?
Is that how that they can use it for that type? How do they use it to be more intentional?
How do you?
I use it with I microdose or like smaller, higher doses, whether it's for when I'm at home working literally almost every day, just for functional. But then a little bit more if I'm sitting down and working on stuff, writing, journaling, working on my projects, anything like that. I'll take a little bit of a higher dose, just kind of sit down and really focus and be more intentional. And it really does kind of help.
Reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, reset, realign. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Now, I know we talk about so there's how you get to use the products to reset. There's 3 different bundles. You have the starter bundle, there's the core discovery bundle, and a premium. And there's just different tiers.
Mm-hmm.
Each tier you get double the amount. You may get like 2 to 3 products as a starter, 4 to 8 products along with other services as the core.
Which is the most popular.
Right, which is the most popular, and then the premium. So when you receive these items this month, the goal for all the members is to go attention to reset and realign.
Right.
And you can do that with items that's in them. Let's see what we got. So there's dry, there's capsules, there's treats. Any different format that helps do? No?
It's more about dosing tolerance. That's really going to be the key difference from any of it. For the most part, whether you want to use it for more microdosing or macrodosing, and that's a preference, where I prefer more microdosing, with a little bit higher dose, but everybody's different, so that's really going to be the difference in that. The rest is more of a personal preference of a method of consumption. Do you want chocolate? Do you want dry?
Like it. If you're looking to acquire a bundle, you can visit us at the shop on 7 Mile Woodward, Shroom Brew. You can also go online to grooveguide.io, which we're about to get into.
And it's part of the bundle, right? So part of the bundle, you can come use the space even without having to get anything. You're doing a consultation, you just come in and utilize it. It's free Wi-Fi. It's BYOB. You can bring your own food. You can do some work, bring your laptop, HDD, whatnot. And then also with your pass, when you come in and you get a pass and you do a consultation, that does also give you that time to spend it as well, right? So you can kind of spend the time.
Now, besides the products that come with the bundles, the monthly bundles, you also get some items. Are there any items or trinkets or anything in there that help you reset and relax?
Yeah. So last month we did like sleep masks for like Peace and Grace, so like sleeping masks, things to kind of help give us a break, This month there's a lot of like people actually love them in the treasure chest, and I love them too. I get it myself personally, so people always get us. Maybe I'll get them here and try. And people they love them. They come in and ask for all the time. The under eye things that I put under my eyes all the time.
Oh, yeah.
They love those, so we're gonna put them in there, and some like little masks and some things like that, just for.
How do they come back and keep doing it if it's a first time thing?
Yeah, because they come back and they're like, "Can I get some? Can I get one? When you get these? I have I'm gonna order some." So, but they see them and they're it's very relaxing. Just things to kind of help you relax. So there'll be a little gift in there. It might be a face mask, it might be an under eye mask.
We gotta get people to get involved and like do pictures of themselves with it.
That would be cool. Right?
Use it, reset, relax.
Come back and get you a smoothie or food trees or something. So they do that something.
All right, cool. So, I think we're going to get into now the next segment. So that was about the bundles. Now we're going to get into some of the news with mushrooms. Mushroom legalization news.
It's a good stuff.
So let's see some updates in the U.S. The policy regulations. What do we have going on here? I'm blowing this up myself a little bit. So we have. Did we move closer to possible U.S. medical pathway? So from experimental treatment to potential medicine. FDA guidelines were finalized in July 2026. Let's see. The first guidance specifically for clinical trials. All right, blah, blah, blah. What the guidance addresses safety, monitoring, psychology. I knew that. But 3 phases. There's a COMPASS path, phase 3 results. COMPASS Pathways reported 6-month phase 3 results for blah, blah, treatment, rolling in the end. So like a whole lot of blah, blah, blah.
I mean, it's really just, and it's specific, right? It's for treatment-resistant depression. So you have to have a track record of being treated for depression and it hasn't worked for you.
And this is more pharmaceutical grade too, right?
Yeah, pharmaceutical, just psilocybin. We're not talking about mushrooms.
Yeah. Right. So a lot, the whole thing was with Joe Rogan and, with Trump signed. A lot of people, when Trump signed the executive order, so a lot of people think that psilocybin or mushrooms have just become so much more accessible, but it's a lot more behind that than you hear the word psilocybin, but they're talking about that one compound within mushrooms. So
and you don't want to get a pharmaceutical grade because that is very different, and not everybody might respond the same to that.
I see medical momentum, legal and access barriers. Let's see federal status. Psilocybin remains federally controlled. Yes, we know that. Oregon costs. See, Oregon's regulated psilocybin program is considered major fee changes because of what? I can read that corner. I don't know, highlight it. Let me see how I can exit this. Can I exit this? There we go. There we go. I'm slipping back and forth. Oregon's a little different though. So Oregon isn't.
Everything's legal there.
Yeah, Oregon isn't. It's more about like a therapeutic session though.
Mm-hmm.
You have to like go in. It's not like you grab it and you go like to a concert.
Yeah, it's assisted therapy, and you have to have somebody that's a therapist licensed and there with you the entire time.
So really, I mean, I see that nothing really too fancy, too new. It's still the same. I mean, it's still federally illegal.
They're just trying to push it further into,
psilocybin we will lose. Same thing.
Again, for just that drug resistant people. So it's not gonna be a broad, oh, everybody can get it now, I'm depressed. But you're gonna have to have years of medical background.
Or, I mean, again, it can go the path of cannabis where people can get behind it, you can get on ballots. If you're waiting for the government to come in and just give it to you,
Save the day.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But maybe there's some momentum. We'll keep talking, we keep following the news.
Right.
Every single month that we do this, we talk about the news. It's okay. Smoke this, it's okay. It's going in my face. Mushrooms to fight addiction. All right.
Yes.
Where Selena uses mushrooms to fight her addiction.
What? For what? City?
Wow, she got that bad. Oh, wait, what do you think?
So always seeing issues and tech tickets.
She's learning. She's doing good. She's been solving. She hates
learned from you. She learned from you. All right, mushrooms can fight addiction. What the science says about, let's get to it, about the treatment, potential, mechanism, safety, limitations.
Let's go. That's the favorite part.
Let's go to the first part. All right, what does psilocybin-assisted therapy include? So one, screening, medical history, mental health review, substance assessments, and safety screening to determine if the person is appropriate. What makes a person an appropriate candidate to get screened?
Again, mental health, right? You have to have some sort of mental health review. That you do have some sort of not all things can be treated with it, right? So they say some things can exaggerate it, but with it, like some psychological conditions can actually get worsened by it. And not everybody's the same. Some people that have, epilepsy sometimes can be prone to more seizures if they take mushrooms, especially at high dose. Everybody's very different. So definitely probably that type of screening, right? Seeing if they're prone to something like that. If you have something that would be a risk factor. And then also, do they have something that can be improved? You know that, right? Data collection. So you can't just be I'm happy, now I can be happier, right? You need someone who's going to be at a lower level, depressed, some kind of clinical stage that you could see some sort of coverage.
Is there like a flyer that goes out?
I think they will, usually doctors, they'll go to doctors' offices and be like, hey, we're trying to get people, and so they'll talk to all their depressed patients, like, hey, we're doing a clinical trial and you haven't been getting any better. So I'm usually not going to
That's right. No, I'm picking around catch around. Okay, so screening. Thank you for answering that. Screening. Have you been screening? Have you?
I've done screenings myself.
Have you been volunteer?
So I've done a lot of medical screenings and stuff. No, I don't.
That's okay. If you've been
I
screened.
have a thing about not being a statistic, but no, if you've ever been to a doctor's office, they will always usually give you a sheet of paper for any type of medical, even just regular visit. They will give you, even if you're pregnant, whatever it is, they'll give you a sheet to see if you have depression. It's like one of the number one thing they love to treat. So they will screen you for Malik got screening for depression. They will screen you for depression.
And then you can be part of a trial.
They'll treat you with either their medications or we have a trial.
This is trial. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. All right, preparation. Pre-session therapy builds trust, explains. What does psilocybin-assisted therapy include? So this is assisted therapy.
A lot of people ask.
Clinical structure process with screening support. So when they're screening, okay, make sure your medical history, make sure that out, right? Make sure some things doesn't counteract.
Right.
All right.
And that you are a good candidate for it, meaning you're depressed, or you have some sort of something that needs help, right?
Okay. What about this pre-session therapy builds trust, explains what to expect. So it's just if you're selected, then explain what it is.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Yay.
Okay. Teaching some ground rules. Okay, all right, that's pretty simple. Supervised session. Some of the session is something. So again, psilocybin-assisted therapy. You get screened. There's obviously some preparation telling you how this shit goes, and then there's supervised session. A measured psilocybin dose given in monitored setting with trained support. Like, is it like, here's a gram of mushrooms, I'm going to sit here and watch you?
It's probably going to be a little bit higher than that, but yes, it is. It's not just watching you, it's a therapist. So you're like doing a regular therapy session. And it's supposed to be something, compared to 48 hours of therapy in one session, where you're sitting down because now you're able to really touch deeper and connect deeper and open up more. And it's usually going to be about 4 to 6 hours, right? You're not just like doing an
4
hour.
to 6 hours.
Yeah,
Wow.
because they're not going to give it to you and then make you leave and repeat, right? Like you got to sit through this whole entire thing.
And the guy's just sitting there watching you.
Watching,
That guy or girl.
documenting, talking you through it.
Talking-
Because you probably, the preparation part is talking about, what issues you're going to be talking through, what issues you have, so that way they can kind of help you make sure you're intentionally talking about it during that time, so you're not just tripping,
Yeah.
you're actually getting therapy.
What are they talking about?
Whatever's,
Like your thing, like
whatever's bothering them, a lot of people have things that will physically or mentally or, psychologically handicap them for life. It could be trauma from childhood, a death, a grief, something they fully haven't worked through and processed through, that they need to cope with. And so it's like having that, it could be an addiction in this case, right? They're addicted to a lot of different substances and they just cannot quit. And usually that addiction stems from something deeper down, again, that happened previously, right?
So they're not like a shaman or
Kind of, not a shaman, but a therapist. It's usually a licensed therapist.
So the screening is preparation, then you have the session and supervised. So this is in like a hospital or someone's doctor's office?
That's like a doctor's office.
Therapy office, something like that? Okay. And then there's
Some
this,
travel will come to, they like to have it in like a controlled setting so they can kind of,
and then there's some kind of follow-up.
yeah.
And then you do another one after that?
You can, some people might need more than one to reset, rewire, because you're rewiring your brain, right? It's a little bit different. You're actually rewiring. You're not just sitting down and talking about your problems. You're actually trying to sit talking, but you're also using that psilocybin to help rewire the brain.
Gotcha. So, and this is more, so this is like it's not a standalone thing where it's just shrooms. It says here that as one part of a complete therapeutic model. So not as a standalone or a casual use approach.
Correct.
So this is like, what you're saying is like they're taking an intense high amount,
Right.
not just I'm
It's
taking.
like a macro dose.
Okay. Have you done this before?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely. Would you do it if you were picked?
No, I don't want to get picked. But you do stuff that you're the first to
I vote that we be therapists to Selena. I think
That's what I'm saying.
that we give her 3 grams of shrooms and just talk through it. Stop sitting down. Just really stand down.
She would end up laughing forever.
You know?
Computer down the street, but at me.
Help us out.
1 gram.
1 gram.
Psilocybin-assisted therapy is and is not. What it is, I guess you can talk about supervised. This is kind of some standard. Medical screening. What is this? Not recreational mushroom. Do it yourself. Unsupervised microdosing. All right, we kind of talked about that already. Now, what does the scientific evidence actually show? All right. So this is about fighting addiction. So the studies have to come around this, come from supervised settings. Is that what you're getting?
Because that's what they want. That's what they can document. That's what's documented, observed, written down, dosed correct. You know what I mean? It's not just I'm telling you what I did and this is.
Okay. So this is okay. So control. Okay. So some of the reasons that people went through this session as you were screened, alcohol use was a reason, cocaine use, tobacco, and meth.
And opioids and cannabis.
And opioids. So those are the 5 different scenarios. Not that you get addicted to cannabis, but
No, but
I mean any of these. I mean other habits, right?
habit forming,
Habitual
sure.
situations.
Everything else but that, yes, definitely. Very addicting to the point where your body is withdrawing,
So tobacco, promised early examples of psilocybin therapy. So 82 adults that were smokers, psilocybin plus CBT. These kids, man, these vapes.
Oh God, I hate those things.
Why she should go on the study?
Yeah.
We need to. One of the strongest early signals of addiction was it suggested. I gotta move the thing. Can I move myself? What's that saying? Why it matters. It's okay. Main result, 40%. Wow. For 6 month prolonged abstinence. With psilocybin, 40.5% versus 10%.
Nicotine patch.
Versus a nicotine patch. So they're saying 40%. What are we saying?
So here's the difference, right? You can either get nicotine patches or some sort of like pharmaceutical grade type of thing that's going to help you get rid of your substance, tobacco we're talking about, right? If you take a nicotine patch, you're going to have a 10% reduction. Smoking, it's like a smoking cessation is 10%, right? Psilocybin, you're looking at 40. It's almost half.
Okay, not 40% of the people, but 40% of your.
Well, the trial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So pretty much it's saying that there's better results of breaking the habit of tobacco addiction using mushrooms over a patch.
Right. Why is that? Right. So, because when you're looking at doing, say nicotine, for example, you're doing a nicotine patch, and instead of smoking it, now you got a patch of nicotine. You're still activating those same receptors. You're still getting that substance in your system, right? So you're still not really weaning yourself off. You're just getting it in a different way. You're saving your lungs, but you're still getting it in your system. Where psilocybin is actually retraining your brain, it's getting neuroplasticity, you're regenerating, you're actually changing the way your brain thinks about it and breaking the habit, literally, as opposed to just, moving on to another way of filling the habit.
What about that support? So structured support, is that another reason why that case study was so promising towards psilocybin? It says structured support, meaningful experience, behavior change,
Right.
and follow-up care.
Yeah, of course. Whenever you held,
You got a case of one?
I know I got one. Oh, okay, two bottles. Whenever accountability, right? Having someone holding you accountable, talking about it, coming back. Okay, now I'm gonna follow up. That makes a difference. Thank you, bye. Lock the door on your way in.
Peace out. 2.0 tomorrow. Done.
Fix it.
Videotape your feedback. How about
Oh
that?
my gosh.
Yeah. All right. Alcohol use. So that's tobacco. Alcohol. As we drink alcohol right now, talk about it. So let's see. The most studies, addiction, indication, psilocybin-assisted therapy. So there's 95 people participated in this. It suggested fewer heavy drinking days for some. This is the why it matters. Oh, man, I can't move me. I can maximize this.
That's good.
That's very nice. Going back to over here. I guess I'm clicking around here. I guess I can just go to the full thing. There we go. How about that? How about that? Some people may become, I don't know, alcohol use. All right, there we go. Suggested fewer heavy drinking days for some participants. Shows promise, but not carry out. All right, so heavy drinking days, 9% versus 23%. So there's a reduction of heavy drinking days when you're using shrooms versus what? Active placebo therapy. And then over 4 weeks of abstinence, 47% were more abstinent than those with the placebo.
Yeah.
So you had 47% more success.
Yeah.
So 50% of the time, you did not participate in heavy drinking.
Or they were actually final 4 weeks of abstinence. So they were actually not drinking at all.
And they didn't break that?
Right.
Or 50, half the
Almost
time?
50% they did not drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
So of the 95 people,
Right.
50% of them actually successfully
Yeah. For abstinence.
went
For
abstinent
4 weeks.
for 4 weeks. Oh, interesting.
Versus 24.4%, and that's, placebo, pharmaceuticals, such, antidepressants, all those other drugs that are.
So it's alcohol. I can see that. What do you see that that's helping mushrooms and with the alcohol use?
Again, I think with any sort of addiction or any sort of behavioral pattern you're trying to break, you're actually, again, rewiring your brain. You're not just taking, like people take antabuse with alcohol, right? As like a common one where they take antabuse, like I can't drink because they take these pills. And if they were to drink alcohol, they'd be vomiting because their body can't metabolize alcohol. It stays in that like poison state, so they get really sick, So pharmaceuticals and stuff have a really horrible side effect, and you would think it made people not drink because of that, You'd be surprised a lot of people still will go right through it and still drink or not take their meds, to make sure. Where with this, you're not just trying to fight in certain ways. You're actually trying to not trying, but you're actually rewiring your brain, right? You're changing the pathway and the way you think about those things. You no longer really need it. Your brain isn't going towards that same path. It's like you just, you used to go down this road and you were handing you bottles, and now you're going down a different road where there's no bottles. It's just like a completely different pathway in your brain that doesn't no longer exist.
Yeah. That makes sense.
You're not just substituting it with a drug that feels like it, or makes you hate it or not want to drink it.
Kind of talking about like how might psilocybin help someone change an addiction. So psychological flexibility, right? Is that what
Literally, yeah.
you're kind of getting to?
Right.
So often involves rigid habits or repeated loops. Psilocybin may temporarily make thoughts or behaviors feel less fixed.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of
Yeah.
saying that. Emotional openness, help you be a little bit more open emotionally.
Yeah, because most people, why do you drink? Or why do they do the drugs? Like they stress, they go to it, or is anything wrong now? I need a drink, and then it becomes like that constant habit. So it's like, again, breaking that loop of you don't need it, you find something else to do.
Like that. Loops, disrupting the loop. Says whether psilocybin can help interrupt the pattern of triggering cravings, use temporary relief or repeat.
Right.
And then a meaningful shift. Powerful person, meaningful, like you go on those deep macro doses,
Mm-hmm.
you can really have a profound, like you don't forget that experience that you just went down.
Right.
I haven't been on that path yet.
No, they don't have that.
But a lot of people have. Speaking of that, so nice. Of course, I mean, you gotta be safe. Talk about that. Be cautious about the things. Be responsible with it.
Mm-hmm.
Just out of these are some references. All right, talk about. I'm gonna go back to just kind of just us chat up as we wrap this up. Thank you guys for tuning in. But so, what did we learn about mushrooms and addiction? So in the group guide that you mentioned something earlier about the clinical studies, not just you going on your own, to kind of see some things. But we also want to kind of hear that too. Because not everyone's going to get chosen to go to this clinical study. So it's kind of like we got our own kind of study going on with the group guide that I own.
Right.
And I'm really curious how people really are, because you deal with people every day, or you may even hear or overhear. What do you hear them saying in regards to mushrooms addiction? Do you hear cases where it helped or someone?
I mean, the funny thing is, what you hear is them coming in and wanting to use mushrooms for addiction. Say what that was for heavy cocaine. We had a couple of brothers, we had a couple of people, for heavy drug pills, things of that nature, alcohol. Couple things. So once you were doing like those heavy drugs, you don't see them coming back anymore, And I'll see them around, and they look really clean, and they look cleaned up better than before. So you can tell that it helped break their addiction. Like maybe they just didn't need it anymore. Like they just took a couple microdoses here and there, and then they're just good to go. You might see them every 6 months or so, and they look very cleaned up. They say they got jobs or working. So you can tell it's really helped them.
Really?
Yeah. Alcohol tends to be a little more different, where people are like, I'm trying to cut out drinking, but I still want to go out and be social and not feel like they need to drink. So they will get mushrooms to microdose, and dose when they're going out, so that way they can still feel something, but not, and still feel like they're doing something recreational, but not have to drink.
Okay. Well, you have it, guys. Talking about mushrooms and addiction, which is not the last time we'll talk about it. Definitely want to get other people to go onto the group guide. This Harry Potter thing is killing me.
Why?
I've never seen that movie.
I love Harry Potter.
Do you? Is that what you're playing? I've never.
Yeah, I'm going to Harry Potter event tomorrow, so.
Are you? I mean,
Yeah.
I like kids fighting around with broomsticks.
I know. It's actually, she's a great writer. She did a great job writing. And that's the writing too.
So I feel like they're a lot older now.
They are. It's crazy. They're just saying, like, that's so little.
Here's the group guide.io right there. That's that, where you guys can actually do our own study, where people can give us their feedback, let us know what mushrooms. It doesn't have to necessarily come from our bundles, but it could be you're trying some things. Yeah. But we just want to know. We want to know, and not just talk about it, but really know if it's really something that's helping you, then you help other people find something as well.
Right.
Whether it's a chocolate, a capsule, a certain strand, you're just curious about it. So just staying curious. So that's it. Thank you guys for helping us grow. Go to Group Guide. I think this is a big successful show. This was cool. Chop it up. I'm always the expert. Maybe she's like, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You know, so it's all right. We got sheets too.
Whatever.
I love it. Peace out, guys. See you next time.
Bye.